Hi, everybody. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today I want to do a VR to Rose Honey Ritual. So, Rose Honey Ritual did a video where she was trying to find pairs for her Marseille decks. And I actually saw this for the first time on Crochet Witch Tarot's channel. So, I will link both of those videos below. And they were just trying to find pairs for Marseille, which can be difficult sometimes. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's just a block in our heads or if it's just I think maybe because they're pips and they're not so illustrated. And when you're trying to pair a tarot deck with an oracle deck and the tarot deck doesn't have a whole lot of illustration on it, it could be difficult because oracle decks can be really illustrated, so it might feel a little disjointed. Or if it's just that a lot of Marseille decks tend to be classical, and sometimes it's hard to pair a classical deck um, with these modern style oracle decks. So I'm not sure what the issue is, but it is often quite difficult to find pairs for Marseille decks. And so they have, Rose Honey Ritual thought she'd start a tag. I think I'm going to throw my hat in the ring here because I spent a whole month last month with Marseille and Pips. I did a whole video on what I was going to do, what I was planning for May, Marseille for May. I will post the video in the cards if you want to see about that. I won't get too much into it, but I did find some good pairs in my usage of my Marseille decks. I did end up clearing away all of my RWS decks and put only Marseille and Pip decks on my desk, so that way I wasn't being tempted to reach for other style decks. That was very helpful to do. So I'm not going to share Pip decks here because this is a pairing Marseille, but I'm only going to show you some great pairs that I found for a few of my Marseille decks. So let's get started. So the first deck I wanted to share with you guys was the Tarot des Hauts Arcs. This is a beautiful deck that you can find on Printer Studio. It is a very abstract and painterly style, Marseille style deck. It's not, if you're a purist, maybe this is not a Marseille deck to you. But for me, this is definitely a Marseille deck, and I enjoyed using it. It's very colorful. It reminds me of the summer. So I like to use it this time of year, and I found a good pairing for it. This is my first time really trying to specifically find a good pairing for it, and I did. And what I have been pairing it with is this one. This is the Oracle of Echoes, second edition. This is the one um, that looks like this with the writing kind of in the artwork here. I think the first edition has like a bar at the bottom. I don't know. I have this one. So, but I think that this deck is not out of this one. You can get on Printer Studio. This one you can get from the creator's website when she is printing it. She prints it maybe every 4 months or so. So if it's not out available now, of course, if you don't already have it, you can always get it. But it's just such a lovely match. Um, the cards are made in a similar fashion, I believe. Like this looks like it's wet, a wet medium, and this is definitely ink on paper or ink on canvas. So I think that they just go so well. They really do, and they have that sort of watercolor, messy, wild feel to them that just and because it's a pip deck, the pip deck kind of lets your mind wander anyway. It takes away the borders of tarot, right? It just kind of lets you go wild with your thoughts when I'm using a pip deck anyway. And I think um, this sort of watercolory melting around the melting around the card look is it really conducive to that sort of reading. So I like this pair a lot. And so this was again the Tarot des Hauts Arcs with the Oracle of Echoes for my first pairing. The Lights in the Dark Places is another deck I picked up off of I backed on Kickstarter. It came in recently and I wanted to try it because it reminds me of um, the sort of watercolory, wild quality of the paintings remind me of the Oracle of Echo. So I thought maybe they might make a nice pair, and I do like them. Now it's not as perfect as the Oracle of Echoes because these people are more these beings, they're less abstract, right? This is very abstract, and so is the Oracle of Echoes and the Lights in Dark Places Oracle. This is not abstract, it's just a little wild, right? But I still liked it together. I like the way that they look together, I like the way that they read together. Now, this deck is another one of those, you got to catch it when you catch it. I do believe that the creator just sent out something on email saying that there were a few more copies of this available and it was going to go up for print on his website. So if I remember, I will post the link below. But if I don't, you can just search up Lights in Dark Places and I'm sure you'll find it. And I forget the name of the creator's website. Hang on. Oh, here we go. So maybe you can just search jeremyparkerart.com and look for it if it's still available when you see this. If not, maybe check the trade groups, buy sell trade groups. People might be, this is a second edition. People might be getting rid of their first if they did get the second. So, you can check that out if you want it. If you want it. If you already have it and you already have both of these decks, look at that. It's a beautiful, beautiful pairing. I loved it. So this is another one that I really enjoyed. And this again is the Tarot de Arcs with the Lights in Dark Places Oracle. The next deck I wanted to share a pairing with, and this one I have to tell you was very difficult to find pairings for. I think it's the size. It could be the off coloring. Um, the deck is, first of all, rock wool. Why is this box so loose? I have to keep it with a rubber band because anytime I try to pick it up, the top comes right off. Like rock wool, man, and their production, I swear. But the deck is cute nonetheless, and it was really cheap. I think it was like only $9 or something when I purchased it on Amazon. And it's these little zombie people. I used it quite a bit. I actually took it on vacation with me because it's so tiny, and I did quite a few readings with it. Well, maybe not quite a few. I did a few readings with it, and it's so little, and it was great to just kind of throw on the bed the cards and get the quick readings or whatever. So this was fabulous for traveling with. Once I put the rubber band around the box, but this is super cute, y'all. It's super cute, and I I couldn't find anything that I thought went perfectly with it, but I did find a couple of things that I do like with it. Let's start with, like, if you want Oracle in the center. This is is it an Oracle deck? It's the Oracle deck and it's not. This is the Quality Time Self-Care Activity cards. It's not technically an Oracle deck, but I still think it pairs nicely with it. And I think it's the size. And it kind of brings you indirect, right? Because this is like giving you a specific message. And then you have these sort of, Marseille looking, this Marseille reading around it, which is more open, right? So I enjoyed this. I did a couple of readings with this when I was on my vacation. I also, you can, if you don't want to put them, be so structured with it, which often I'm not. You can see how they look, just kind of thrown here and there. Not bad, right? So this is a good pairing. I thought it didn't bother me too much because I think the coloring on this one, because this white is not white and this green is not green, like everything is just not quite what it's a little off. It made it really hard for me to find pairs, but I did like this one. And again, this is the my Quality Time Self-Care Activity cards from Deja Druid. You can get this, I think, still on her website. I've had this deck for a little bit now, I think since 2020 or something. So I'm not sure. I don't see why it wouldn't still be there. She doesn't seem to be wanting to shut down anytime soon. So the other deck that I really loved with this one, and again, I mean, they call these Oracle decks, but are they Oracle decks? This is the inspired by Frida from Rockpool. It's a Rockpool friend from, because this one is from Rockpool as well. So I figured let's try them together because when I was using the bigger decks, I just didn't like because the tarot is so small and it just bugs me. I know it's silly, but it just bugs me when the deck is small and then the Oracle decks are huge. So I try to get things closer and size. And this one, when I started looking at my smaller Oracle decks, this is the one that I like the best with it because of the coloring, of course. These are the fronts. You get many, many different images of Frida in her different states as she's giving you all of the advice that's on the back of the card. And then, I what I did with this was I did more like a, get 3 messages and then, shuffle this up and pull some messages or, a clarifier for each one to direct it. So that's the way that I did it a few times. And I enjoyed this way. I love the way all of this is matching my background. And then I also, of course, in my open reading style, did a few of these where I just sort of just threw some cards down, and then I'm always thinking whenever this thing pops up, I want to change it and move it, fix it. So, it doesn't look bad like this either. It's not. I mean, is it a divination deck? I don't know. I mean, nobody is out here policing how you use your cards, right? So I think I think that these work well together. And so I used them together. And again, this is the Inspired by Frida. This is one of those little rock pool decks. And this is the Squid Cake Marseille Tarot. So this isn't in the moment. I didn't actually use this with this deck, but this is another deck by the same creator, Akal Pritam. I'm not sure exactly how you say that. One of these little rock pool decks that I have in my collection, and I just want to lay them out and see because they are similar. And sometimes I do mix this deck with the Frida deck to make like a mega deck if I'm in the mood. Usually in the summertime, these are my because I keep at least one of these little decks out on my table at all times. Right now, I think I have out the fortune cookies or something. But this is when I use this one or the Frida, I usually mix them together and use them together. So let's see how it looks with this cute little deck. Let's see. I have a feeling they're going to look good, but they are slightly different coloring. So I know that this creator also has quite a few other decks available. So, let's just let's see. Because maybe maybe you don't have these, but you have another one by them. Yeah, I like it. Um, what do you guys think? This one is much more green, much more earthy, but I like the greens with the pinks. There's some blue coming through. Yeah, I like this, and I like that there's a little contrast there, so I might actually like this better than the Frida one. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I know, like I said, this creator has many decks, and their art style is similar across all of them. So I think I'm of the mind that if you have any of these, they might go well together. What do you think? Again, this is the Let Go Oracle from Rockpool, one of these little mini ones. Another very fun and beautiful, soothing pairing was this one. This is the one JJ Swiss tarot cards that you can find on Make Plain Cards. This is from Vincent Petici. And this is the Cottage Witch Oracle, which you can find from Crochet Witch Tarot, or she's Crochet Witch Wares on Etsy. You can purchase this from her Etsy shop. This is a fabulous pairing. Look, I've already bent one of my cards. I don't know how I creased this poor card, but I did. Yeah, my fairy card is creased. This deck has its weathered backgrounds with pops of color, and this is the same weathered backgrounds with pops of color. So they really, it was a pleasant surprise to see how lovely these look together. So I really enjoyed pairing them, and yeah, I loved it. I enjoyed this pairing. This was like, anytime I wanted to just have a just general, um, card oracle with tarot, two card pull, one oracle, one tarot, or three card pull, two tarot, one oracle. This way, how we do. Sorry, these cards are both linen, so they're slippery. They're slipping all over the table. Oh, look at him. He cute. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I thought this was a nice little pairing. Uh-oh. The Hierophant is flipped upside down. Yeah. So I enjoyed this. I thought this was beautiful. If you wanted to see them kind of laid out, let me just show you how they can look. Mhm. So yeah, I like this little pairing a lot. I thought that they were really pretty together. Um, yeah. So that is the one JJ Swiss with the Cottage Witch Oracle. Another really pleasant surprise that I enjoyed the look of was the Terra of the Master by Lo Scarabeo with botanical inspiration cards by, is this US Game Systems? Yeah, by US Game Systems. I apologize. This deck is currently out of print, the Terror of the Master. I just realized that it was out of print recently when I was posting this deck on Instagram and I someone mentioned that they trimmed their borders and I thought, "Oh, maybe I should try." I've never trimmed a deck before, so I went to go see if maybe cuz Llewellyn I think was having a sale. And I was like, well, maybe I can grab a second copy to trim it because you can buy those Scarabeo decks in the US from Llewellyn. They distribute them. And they didn't have it. And then when I went to go look for it on like Amazon and stuff, it was gone. And I was like, oh shit. These decks are going out of print like crazy. So if you like, I've noticed that quite a few Los Scarabeo decks from this era, I would say this is like early 2000s or mid 2000s. Mid 2000s or 2010s. When did this deck come out? Hang on one second, I'll tell you. So this is from 2002. So I would say a lot of the decks that I've noticed from this era, early 2000s, are going out of print right now from Los Scarabeo. I don't know if they'll be back because I did notice that Terra of the Gnomes, which I think is also from the same era, is being reprinted because I saw it pop up again on Amazon. So I don't know if they're just going to be coming back out borderless or what. I did try to reach out to Los Carapeo, but no response. So um, I don't know, but sorry, but it might be back. It might not be. I don't know. But anyways, it's a beautiful pairing. So I wanted to show it anyway because maybe you already have these decks. They're older, and you can look to pair them. It's just gorgeous. I don't know what made me put them together one day, but I really am glad that I did. Um, Look at that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Ooh, the colors. The colors really just complement each other. Um, and the florals in this bring out all of the beautiful florals in this deck and the ribbons and the florals, and it's just nice and beautiful. I love it. And then this inspiration stack has so many nice messages. So just working with it in general is fun and sweet and springy, summery, whatever. But then to bring the imagery of this beautiful deck into it, um, it was just a nice little treat. So this again is the Tarot of the Master with the Botanical Inspiration cards. Another fun pairing is that I discovered this month was the Estrella Tarot with the El Camino Oracle. The Estrella Tarot is not out of print. It is not out of print. It's just out of stock. It's coming back pretty soon. I know that the creator Ashla Australia has finished the guidebook for the new printing, and it should be back any minute. So, don't feel like that this one is out of print. It's not. It's coming back if you want it. It is an indie deck though, and this is a mass market deck from U.S. Game Systems, which I love. I love both of these decks, and they are a feel good, fabulous pair. So let's take a look. So first of all, the backs are fabulous together. Look at those stars and shapes and everything. Love it. And then the cards share a similar color palette. Um, and they just look great together. They just look good. So yeah, I'm here for this pairing. They're a lot of fun, a lot of color. If you just want like really fun color, um, and this deck is an ancestral deck, so it does give you very strong, wonderful messages, um, which I enjoy. And it has a nice guidebook that brings the theme through with the messages. Um, and the culture of the deck. It's wonderful. And then this one is also it's very tropical as well. So I love it. I just love them together. I really did. So I thought that this was a fabulous pairing. They just look good together. And then when you put them on the table, I'll show you. So if I had one of these and then, a couple of those, they just look good. Yeah, I was here for this. Definitely was here for this pair. Um, yep. And so this again is the Estrella Tarot paired up with the El Camino Oracle. Very tropical, fun, colorful pairing. My last pairing was the Marseille Cat Tarot with the cute and creepy Oracle. Now, the Marseille Cat Tarot is readily available anywhere you buy your tarot decks, um, Amazon, wherever. And this is, of course, a Lo Scarabeo deck. So if you're in the U.S., Llewellyn will also distribute this one. This was a Kickstarter that I got late last year that I thought was still available, but I just realized recently, as someone brought to my attention in the comments, that it is out of print, unfortunately. And I don't know if it will be reprinted or not. I have no idea. But like I said, I just got it from Kickstarter not too long ago. So I would say, if it's something that you really want, maybe check with the creator to see if they have plans to reprint it. Because it's not that old. I don't know. I don't know. But sometimes with these Kickstarter decks, that will happen. They'll do one print run with whatever they get from the Kickstarter, and then when they run out, that's it. And sometimes they come back after a little bit. So, but this pairing is everything. It is so cute. It is so much fun. If you have these decks, yes, please try to pair them together and let me know what you think. It's just so cute. I mean, we've got kitties running around the pips. We've got crazy alien people with bug eyes, like all kinds of crazy stuff. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. I had a rough month in May, and this was like a pick me up, fun pairing that I just really, really loved. So yeah, I'm here for this and had to bring it into this video because, maybe you guys already have the decks and you hadn't thought to pair them together. So I just wanted to make sure people knew. Gotta put this in a Marseille deck pairing because it was probably my favorite. My favorite of the whole month. This was probably my favorite. So that is the Marseille Cat Tarot with the cute and creepy oracle. Or if you have the cute and creepy tarot, it might also be a good pairing as well, because I think it's a similar art. Now, I don't have the tarot deck, so I don't know what it looks like, but I'm assuming it would be similar, right? So there's that as well. All right, and that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle. And until I see you guys next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye bye.